Okay. This feels so strange to be sitting back down to film. It's been a really long time. Hello everyone, it has been 3 months, so this feels really awkward. I took some time to be thinking through all the things. I was struggling a lot with the anxiety. I was just stressed and all of the things were getting to me. I did film the rest of May, but I'm not going to edit that footage. I can't go back and watch it right now. I don't know if I ever will edit that footage. I kind of at one point thought that I was just going to abandon this YouTube channel, but here I am, so clearly it's not abandoned. I don't know if I'm going to get back to vlogging anytime soon. Maybe I'll start just filming videos and then about things and talking about them, or vlogging when we do something fun. I have still been posting on Instagram. But anyways, we are still in a global pandemic. We are coming up on 6 months in the quarantine, and it doesn't seem like there is any end in sight. We are still on pretty strict social distancing, although that didn't really change anything for me because not like I had that happening of a social life to start with. But I think just having the option to leave the house, once that option was taken away, it was really weighing on me. I was just not doing so well. I'm now doing better, kind of. I think I've just come to terms with everything. It's okay. The world is okay. We are all going to be okay. A social movement for human rights has begun. The presidential election is happening. It's the first time that I have the ability to vote. In short, what have I been doing all this time since I wasn't filming or editing or uploading? I have taken on a new creative avenue. I have started soap making. It's actually going pretty well. The first batch turned out way better than I ever expected it to, and the batches I have made since have turned out great. They smell great, and I'm really enjoying this whole soap making thing. I wish I would have known about soap making years ago, because it's such a calming thing, and then it also takes so much focus and my creative energies. I do want to start making videos about baking or crocheting or soap even. Maybe it'll be fun. Lots of ideas, not a lot of energy. In addition to this new activity, I have also been doing a lot of baking and crocheting and going to physical therapy. Going to physical therapy takes a lot of energy, so I consider that to be multiple days of things, even though it's only really the one day. At the end of this video, I'll put a montage of my soap making adventure. There's been actually a lot of exciting things and a wee bit of not so exciting things. My hands have such better functioning and movement than when I last filmed a video like this, which was right before my fusion surgery, which is like crazy to think about that is about 2.5 months away from my 1 year since that surgery happened. Nolan and Taylor graduated high school. They had social distancing graduations.
I'm having a bad day. It's about time that I get my way.
And they each had a little ceremony at their school.
On behalf of Clovis North Educational Center staff and administration, we would like to congratulate Nolan Michael Haduo Inoue. Congratulations, Nolan.
And they live streamed it so that people who are not actually part of the same time could see it, and so that family members who could not attend in person could view. They didn't ever end up getting to have their graduation party because social distancing, and we don't want to be those people who have the party anyways and then give everybody the virus. And then 2 weeks later, I turned 21. What? I'm 21. Let's all just take that in for a moment. I am 21. It feels crazy to say that, and because I don't feel any different than I did before I turned 21, and I haven't done any of the things that people normally associate with becoming 21 because we've been in quarantine the whole time. At some point during all of this, Milton went to the doggy hospital because he got a thorn underneath his tongue, which then it got infected, so then he was bleeding out of his mouth. They cleaned it out, I guess, and then 2 months later he has this massive bump. They had to do surgery on it, and long story short, he's better now. Something very, very exciting was, for the first time, I attended the Ehlers-Danlos Global Learning Conference. They did it virtually this year. It was supposed to be in Arizona, but then, you know, the pandemic happened and we couldn't do it in person. So they did it virtually, and I think it was really good for it to be virtually because everybody from all over the world was able to attend if they wanted to. And for me, it was really good because I met 2 more people with EDS who actually happen to live in my same city. One of them actually I knew before, and then the other one we all met during the conference afterwards. We had a little group chat, which we've been having bi-monthly meetings every other week. We have a little Zoom or FaceTime call with all of us, and we talk about all the things that we are experiencing, and it's great because you don't feel like such an alien when you're talking to people and they're like, oh my gosh, I experienced the same thing, and you're like, oh my gosh, I always felt alone in that, but now I don't. So that's lovely, and it's great, and I would highly recommend to everyone that you find people to talk to, whether they live close to you or not. Just having that ability to connect with somebody is amazing. Not to brag, but I've been working through a lot of my social anxiety things like all the time, and so that means that I've been having conversations with people, and well, only them. But then Alex turned 21 in July, and I made his cake and we celebrated, had a little celebration here, and then I did some tie-dyeing because it's the summer and why not. And then we had a little secret visit from one of my cousins. I don't know if he was actually supposed to stop out here, but he did. We didn't have our family vacation in Donner this year, which is really, really sad. Our family reunion has been happening for over 50 years now, but we didn't have it this year because everybody was busy, and there was this little thing called the virus that was kind of putting a wrench in everybody's plans. So I'm kind of sad about that still, that we didn't get to go to Donner and hang out, and then I didn't get to see my friend who lived there. There was a huge fire in the mountains nearby us. There are very large fires happening right now, so then if we go outside, the ashes are raining down on us. There was a huge house fire down the street from us, and we kind of thought that it looked like the street was on fire, but it was across the freeway, and then the freeway was on fire. It was kind of scary, and we were all, oh my gosh, our street is burning. Unfortunately, at some point during all of this, my hair started falling out. I don't know if you guys can tell really, but it's kind of receding, but all over. Some places have more hair than others. I'm very, 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 very thankful that I started with a lot of hair. So now that I only have a quarter of my hair, by most people's standards, it looks like I have a normal amount of hair. So I really hope that that stops, but I don't really know what to do to improve upon the situation. Then I made Grammy and Grampy a picture blanket, which currently I'm working on Grandma and Grandpa's. It's on the counter that's actually behind this blanket. And our cat came back. I don't think I ever talked about that, but at some point, April, May-ish, sometime around then, she left and didn't come back for like a whole month. And now she's back and she comes every day, and Zeus feeds her by the pool. Some days I feed her by the pool, but I don't really like to go out there because it's really, 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 really hot. We are in a heat wave. It's hot. I'm sweating right now and I'm inside. Yeah, not really much else to say about that. Zeus started distance teaching this year. She is teaching online because social distancing, and being in a classroom is not social distancing. While also her immune system from the chemotherapy that she was on have weakened her immune system. So her doctors do not want her to be in a classroom with children because germs pass very easily in a classroom and they don't want her to get sick. And neither do we. So she was working from home. She was working at the formal dining room table, but she is now working in Nolan's bedrooms. That brings me to, oh my gosh, Nolan and Taylor and Alex, they all moved to Santa Clarita for college. They are all going to Masters University. And we helped move them in a couple weekends ago.
Oh, perfect. All right, here we go.
Wait, there's people coming. Again. How are you?
And they seem to really be enjoying it. Nolan is learning how to surf, which I'm really jealous of because I've always thought that surfing would be fun, but obviously I won't be able to test out that theory now because my body is broken. I also did another 24-hour collar trial, which means that I wore it 24/7 with it at full tightness to immobilize any movements of my head. And we discovered that made a lot of the symptoms that I've been struggling with, and my neck has been super painful, but that helped it. So now we're continuing on the saga of strengthening my neck. I don't really know how long it's going to take to strengthen my neck. What I do know is my neck hurts, and wearing the collar full time was helpful, but I don't wear it full time anymore. And now I'm rambling, so bye. See you in my next video. I don't know what my next video is going to be. I don't know if I'm going to start vlogging again soon. This has been really rambly, and hopefully when I edit the pieces together, it is usable footage. So see you next time. Bye. This year I was nominated for a WeGo Health Award. I am filming the videos and I feel really awkward about doing it because social anxiety and filming something with the purpose of having somebody else see it and edit it and it possibly go out to lots and lots of people is kind of anxiety striking. I'm just so nervous about it. Take a deep breath and do this.